traveled down to Banny Mine Road here south of Prescott to check this out. Never been down this road. Wanted to come out here and check it all out. The road getting in here is not terrible, but it's not great either. I've seen a few cars come down here, little Volkswagen Passats and low to the ground cars, and looked like somebody had a rough time in one spot because I saw one rock where it looked like somebody with a lowboy car punctured their oil pan, and I'm assuming locked up their motor because it looked like they had to get towed out of here. But I found this cool little wash, and I wanted to check out this wash because I like this stuff, and you never know what you're going to find. Find cool rocks, might find some gold by some dumb chance. Otherwise, you just got really pretty views. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. I didn't choose the best of shoes for this today because I had to go to work before we came out here. So I'm wearing my super thin, cheesy, whatever shoes. What's over here? Let's go find out. A lot of rocks right here, so I don't know if this is supposed to be here or if they've been digging this out to clear out the wash that's right here, or what they've been doing. But I guess, there is a wash right here, so this could be piled up rocks from the wash running over the years. Gotta be careful. Which way can I go? Can I walk right through here? Yep, that's what I'm doing. This this wash rust must run pretty hard if there's all these big giant boulders piled up right here. Do. On a walk, on a walk, on a walk. Oh. I'm assuming the wash comes from that way because this barrier right here. This doesn't seem like a spot I would exactly be dragging, 25, 30-foot trailers down here. You can probably, I don't know, I dragged my little trailer down here and it's only like 10 feet long roughly. So I'm sure you could probably drag a 20 footer out here at the most. I would suggest at the most, honestly, just to be on the safe side, because there's not a lot of spots to turn around anything much bigger down here. Seeing a few Subarus and XJs down here. Got a couple Toyotas nearby. We found one spot where there's kind of some cluster camping. There's 3 or 4 people down here where we plan to stay for at least tonight anyway. I didn't want to go too much farther because I don't know this road yet, and I don't have a ton of gas to go exploring today, but that's fine. I'll come down here and go exploring another day. What is that? Is it just washout? Yeah, looks like just a big washout. Nope, didn't find the boogeyman. He's not in there. So, question for everybody. I need recommendations to look into cameras, microphones, anything like that. Because recording on just a 10-year-old cell phone can only do so much. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have heard that the audio quality is very, very quiet and very, very low. So I'm trying to step that up. Because if I'm going to make this go anywhere, a 10-year-old phone is not going to cut it. While it does fairly okay on the video side of things, the audio is pretty terrible. I've had a few of you guys let me know that. Very politely, I might add, and I appreciate that, because new guy on the block. But, yeah. I'd like to do better than what I'm doing so I can make better content for you guys. And I appreciate all the followers that I have so far. Thank you for watching what I have put out. Any suggestions are always welcome. Really pretty area out here. That last spot that I went to, we followed Cave Creek Road north of Scottsdale and followed that out to Seven Springs, and then followed Seven Springs Road out to essentially Bloody Basin Road. And our friend, who's also living in their Suburban, they don't have a trailer, but they're living in their Suburban as well. They took us out to a really nice spot. I forget the exact name or number of the road, but it's along Cave Creek, Seven Springs Road. There's a nice little plateau spot that we stopped at, and then there's this little, I can't even describe it. It looks like just a little quad path. You know, when you're sitting at the plateau, it just looks like a little quad path you shouldn't even be driving a truck through. But he was like, yeah, let's go down that road, dude. And I'm like, okay. I had no idea where we were going. So I was kind of freaking out the whole time. Like, dude, where are you taking me? We drove down this not terrible, terrible road, but it was pretty rocky and rough. We got to one spot where I don't think really anybody has ever pulled a trailer to, because the road was about as wide as my truck, and it dropped down into this really dropped down into this canyon, and the road was essentially like driving down a riverbed to get there. But once we dropped down into the canyon, there was a really nice little parking spot off to the one side. And then if you drive or walk, whatever you want to do, past the spot that we were at, there was a gate and a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but a lot of old gold mining equipment back there, old sloots and motors and tore up cars and everything like that. We were down there for a couple of days and only saw one person the whole time we were there. He was a hunter that came down in a side-by-side. But yeah, it's not a spot you can really get to if you really don't have any off-road experience. I wouldn't suggest going down that road. I made it in and out of there in two-wheel drive with my truck and trailer, but I also do a lot of off-roading, so I know how to drive pretty well. Not going to say I'm any better than anybody else, but I got out in two-wheel drive. I snapped a CV axle on my truck about a month ago. It's a stock axle, stock original axle for the truck, and I knew it was going out. And as soon as I put it into four-wheel drive to get over a rock section I was crawling through, it just popped all the bearings out, and the axle said, "Bye-bye, I've had enough of your crap for today." I wasn't even on the throttle. I was still idling when I put it in four-wheel and was going to climb over this rock. But yeah, my buddy, he had to use four-wheel drive to get out of the spot. He got crossed up trying to climb back out because it's a pretty steep hill coming back out. He got crossed up all sideways on the trail and high-centered himself on a pretty large rock that's in the middle of the trail, because he's an older guy. He's blind. I don't expect him to see everything that I do. But he put it in four-wheel drive and he managed to get out. And then I just bonsai'd up the trail right behind him. Dude, man, that's nice. So this is what the whole YouTube channel was all about. I wanted to be able to come out here and explore this type of stuff. May not necessarily be anything super exciting, but dude, it's still cool to come see all this stuff. What do we got here? Somebody's, we got chains. What? I don't know whose stuff that is, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't mess with people's stuff, even if I've seen it out here for a while. I've gone to quite a few camping spots over the last few years, and people, I don't know if they get stuck, they get sick, whatever, but they just abandon all their stuff on these spots. And I've tried to make Facebook posts about, hey, did anybody lose a tent, or did anybody lose some gear? And nature of Facebook, I just get roasted for it. Why are you messing with people's stuff? Leave it alone, da 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 da. And I'm just like, this stuff's been out here for a month, 2 months, 6 months. you know, before I even walked over to take a look at it. I try not to come to the same places all the time, but you know, I do end up at the same spot, you know, so I do see stuff at these spots if it's been there for a long time. Like, oh, what is it? Cracker Jack Road over there by Payson. There's an RV out there that's been burned up for years. When I first saw it, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, it was a fully intact RV. Engine, transmission, everything was there. And then I came back, I don't know, 2 years later, and it was partially stripped apart. The tires were gone. Well, they left the wheels, but they took the tires. I don't know what's up with that. And then I came back a year later, and the whole area is burned to the ground, and the RV is burned to the ground too. And there's, I don't know, last time I was out there, there's 3 or 4 trailers that looked like they'd been out there for a long time. I don't think anybody, forest rangers or anything, ever checked that road because it looks like it's been a spot for pallet fires and all of that type of stuff for quite a few years. It's just sad to see that the people had messed with it and the trailer got burned down. I hope it was nobody's trailer, that they got stuck out there and were the unfortunate victims of people destroying stuff, because I see that a lot out on Arizona trails. People have breakdowns and they get hauled out of there and they have to leave their vehicles behind, and by the time they get back to them, people have destroyed their vehicles. If you guys have ever been up on back way to Crown King Road, those of you that know, there's quite a few vehicles out there and that F-150 that have just been annihilated by people. And I see no reason to do that. I think that's stupid. Just makes everybody else look bad. More rocks. I wonder, I don't know, this doesn't really seem like a spot where any gold panning would be going on. It doesn't look like anybody's been doing it here. It also doesn't look like this wash has ran in a long time. Anyways, I gotta cut the camera here. I didn't charge my phone before I started filming, so I'm at 3%. I will talk to everybody as soon as I can. Hope everybody has an awesome day.